Hey friends, Jessica here from Creators Couture with another quick tutorial recap. And in this tutorial, we are having fun experimenting with my gold play brushes. And rather than using them to create dimensional gold brush strokes, I encourage you to take the gold play brushes and sample from other images and see what kind of cool effects you can create. So for example, I took one of my gold play brushes, or actually I think it was a glitch core brush to be fair, and I loaded it up with some rose color from a rose image, and I was able to create these really cool roses, just like you see here, with just a single brush stroke. And I mean, obviously they're abstract, but it's funky, it's cool, and it's fun. And you can just experiment. I encourage you to experiment with the brushes and see what other fun things that you can sample. So just a little recap here, we are using, most of this tutorial, I'm using the gold play brushes. And the gold play brushes were specially crafted so you can create these amazing dimensional gold brush strokes. But the cool thing is that you can use these brushes, and they have the wet paint mixer brush technique. You can use them to sample other images and create other cool effects. So I encourage you to do that. And then another thing that I encourage you to do is, most of you guys are familiar with my glitch core brushes, which use the multicolor pattern stamp technique. But what you can also do is use these as a mixer brush and have different sort of effects. And I'm going to show you how I created that rose using these glitch core brushes. So I'm going to give you a side-by-side demo. So just as you can, as you just saw, this is one of the glitch core brushes, and for the life of me, I can't remember right now what it is. This is that brush loaded up with the rose, and it's using the wet paint mixer brush technique. So it's really cool, it's really fun, but I'm going to show you here, I'm going to use that same brush with the pattern stamp technique, which you guys know I love. It's super, super fun, but I'm going to be using the same rose colors, and you're going to see that the brush behaves totally different. So this is the brush, and I'll do it both ways so that you can see this is like making a spiral left, and this is the brush making a spiral right, which is very cool. But this is how that brush looks using the other technique, the wet paint mixer brush. So entirely different. And in this video, I show you how to do that. So I'm not going to show you all of it now. And then with all these other cool brush strokes, what we did was, these are all brush strokes for the supporting, the vines and the little, accents in the background. Those I took using some gold play brushes, and I loaded them up. I used them with the mixer brush technique, and I sampled from some images of leaves, so I didn't have to come up with my own palette. And here is an example of the brush. So this is Dry Decorative Brush 5, and I've loaded it up with that leaf, the colors from that leaf image. And as you can see, it's a really cool decorative brush stroke, very fun. But I will show you how that brush looks, by default. Here's the Dry Decorative Brush 5. So this is the gold brush. This is the one in the gold plate collection. But because I went over here and I option clicked and kind of loaded the colors up, then we can have a really cool dimensional brush stroke for our illustration. So if this is something that interests you, take a look at the whole tutorial. It's not very long, and just have some fun and experiment with the brushes. And this is really fun because this lets you get more use out of the brushes that you already have. So definitely check that out, and I'll see you on the next recap.